Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me this morning or this evening, whenever you're catching this. I sometimes think it doesn't even matter what day it is that you catch this, as long as you're drawn to it and then you listen to your intuition. So I always ask you to pick a stone that calls to you, that matches your internal resonance, or the one your gut picks, however you want to put it. Okay, and it doesn't matter if you pick more than one, because the magic comes in with your own intuition, your own connection with spirit, where you will hear what you need to hear. All right, for those of you who chose this brown stone, this agate, we've got the devil. Don't worry about the devil. The devil has a place in our cycles too. And then we have the star and the page of wands. All right. How wonderful, right away, that spirit gives you the star card with the devil. So you don't need to feel like you're trapped in anything, right? But the devil is about feeling a little trapped. It's usually about something that's excessive. It's that part in our sort of cyclical evolution where we are getting really tired of a certain pattern or a certain anything, really anything we tend to think about a lot, anything we tend to worry about a lot. It could be we're bedeviled by worries. It could be an excessive kind of behavior that we have that we're doing excessively. It could be addiction. For a few people, it could be addiction, but really anything that we feel like we're kind of going round and round with and not getting anywhere. Well, that is there to let the tension kind of rise so that we get to the place where this life force comes into us. And even if it's in the form of anger or frustration, we're going to change something. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to change something. So that a lot of times is the door to the next phase, about which you should be hopeful. So there's the star card. But now the question is, what do I do? And the page of wands says, just do something. The page of wands says, just pull up some kind of purpose, some kind of goal, make it a daily goal, make it for today. Who cares? Just do something, check something out. And it could be you're checking out for some information that could resolve this whatever pattern this is. Or it could be that if this is worry, the thing you do is something physically active. I'm getting out, I'm going, whatever. The wands are about interest and energy and passion, and the page of wands, it can be something little, or it can be something you don't know where it's going to go. It starts out small and turns into something terrific, a major purpose. It could turn into the King of Wands, the Queen of Wands. So you have every reason to be hopeful. This is a wonderful reading for today. All right. For those of you who chose the green stone, we've got the Hanged Man, we've got the Five of Swords, and we've got the Ten of Wands. All right, these are on either side are minor arcana, but the one in the middle is major arcana. So that's the heart of your reading. And the Hanged Man is about a delay. It's about maybe it's not time to act. It's about maybe it's time to, something's in the works. Maybe it's time to plan. But the thing is, it may not be time to act on something yet for some reason or another. But the Hanged Man, he doesn't struggle against that delay. Instead, he's meditative. He tries to see things from a new perspective, and he uses that opportunity to get more in touch with his spirit, his inner self. Look at the halo around this man's head. He uses that opportunity. So the Five of Swords is a victory card. The Ten of Wands is overburdened. It could be that it's not quite time to act because you're feeling kind of overburdened. Maybe you're worrying about a lot of things, or maybe you simply have a lot of priorities that you tend to carry around with you in your head. Maybe it's so much so that it's hard to even see clearly what it is you want to do. Like this guy can't see through these wands. So sometimes it is time to take some time out and just get some clarity. Certainly wait for that clarity before acting. There may be something you need to cut away. And I don't know what that would be, but there may be something where you need to come up with a plan, See, swords can be plans. Swords can be thoughts. You need to come up with a plan to cut something away. So this is basically saying, you don't have to do it today. You know, this is basically saying, think about this and get your new perspective, because maybe your brain's been occupied with other things. So it's hard to get that, that centeredness. When your intuition says that you're centered and you feel like, okay, now I know what I need to do, then you do it. Okay. So that's really good advice today. All right. For those of you who chose the pink stone, we've got the Emperor, we've got the Queen of Cups, and we've got the Four of Cups. So now the Emperor is this really good in charge kind of energy. Could be your energy coming up. Could be somebody else's energy in your environment. But that's this in charge energy. But yet it's very, sort of, it's a little bit rigid. It's kind of like, well, you do this, you get that. It's kind of like cause and effect. It's kind of like, these are the rules. This is the way you're supposed to do it. It's not really the Hierophant. So it's not really about social norms. It's more about rules. Morals, sometimes moral rules, legal rules. Sometimes it's simply, I like to say, sometimes it's simply the laws of nature. If you're thinking this way, you're going to get that. If you're making this choice, you're going to get that kind of thing. But anyway, so if it's somebody outside of you, it may be somebody delivering that kind of message to you. If it's you, then this can be some real take charge energy. It's like, my feet are firmly grounded in reality, and I'm not sugarcoating anything, and I'm going to take charge of my destiny. It's that kind of energy, which is really, really wonderful energy. So that could be with you. But then there's this one too, this Queen of Cups. So if these are both your energy today, that's astounding. So this is some real strong, grounded energy. This is calm. This is, yep. Now I really feel clear about this now. This is, I don't have to do it all at once. I don't have to figure it all at once, but I know what I need to do. I feel like I'm in charge of my life today. And this Queen of Cups is also pretty compassionate and contented. She might have a lot going on emotionally that other people don't see. She's got the cup with the emotion, but she has got the lid on the cup. So she might have a lot going on that other people don't see. But she's a master at understanding her emotions, understanding other people's emotions. And so she's really navigating this all very effectively. That's, I guess, what I would say the reading of this says to me effectiveness. This says to me wisdom. This says to me grounded in reality, emotionally insightful. The Four of Cups. Now, so that means there is something you're not accepting. There's an offer or there's a message that you're just not accepting. I mean, and it's not that it necessarily has to be anything bad. It's just something that's not the best for you today. So there's something you're not accepting. But with these two cards, I would think that probably means there's a reason you're not. For most of you, that would be, okay, I know where I'm going. I know what I need to do. And there's a reason you're not accepting that. For others of you, this is just a gentle reminder to please be open when Spirit wants to give you a message that feels good. Don't take everything so seriously. Please be open to that delightful Page of Cups kind of energy. And please be open to knowing you're loved. That kind of thing. So, however this fits for you today, these are some very good cards. All right. For those of you who chose the blue sandstone, we've got the Magician. We've got the Six of Cups. We've got the Five of Cups. Okay, so the Magician is a powerful manifestation card. It's a major arcana. It's manifesting the heavenly, which is really what your deepest desires are, right? On earth. Well, it can be manifesting the heavenly, the best for other people too. But the Magician uses all of the resources, and you have good resources here laid out on the table to manifest this and can do that powerfully. And now manifestation, a lot of times people feel like, they picture the magician conjuring something out of nothing. And, sometimes it can be that. Sometimes we can manifest something where we get something comes out of the blue at us and it's too great a coincidence, and we know it's our spirit working with spirit to bring that. But more often than not, manifestation is creating. We're being very creative today. We're creating something new. Or gosh, we're simply just bringing a lot of things into being today. Whether that's, and it can be humble things. It could be a meal cooked for loved ones. It can be, just a terrific insight regarding a project you're working on. It can be, we're manifesting today. So today you might just be quite the manifester. And we have the 6 of Cups and the 5 of Cups. So what I like about this is saying, take your 5 and make it the 6. Okay. So if you're tending to look back and see loss, regret, failure, defeat, whatever, anything negative, those cups are spilled, negativity. If you're looking back and you're tempted to see that, or your brain's already been doing that to you today, this is very clearly saying, no, make it the 6. The 6 is nostalgia. It is looking back at the positive things usually. See, these are lovely memories. So the 6 is about looking back for the positives. We don't always understand that we create our past. We're always creating our past over and over again. And we often misremember things. We often magnify certain events in our past that are just, they weren't that big of a deal then, but we'll magnify them and make them a bigger deal. And a lot of times those are negative events. A lot of times for reflective people who are sincerely working on themselves, they will be too self-critical, and they will look at perceived failures or negative events, and they will dwell on those, because in part that's our brains too. We want to learn as much as we can from those things, not to repeat them. But now this is saying clearly, do not be too hard on yourself. You are a manifester. You are powerful. Do not be too hard on yourself. In fact, please look back at all of your successes. Look back at all of your good interactions with people, all of your good relationships, and you know what? A relationship doesn't have to be perfect for 20, 30, 40 years for it to be a good relationship. That's another misunderstanding we have about the way we interact, I think, as beings on this earth. We don't need to have perfection to call it good. So we look back and we see the positives, and that gives us more power to manifest. So you can always ask Source for help with that too. Sometimes it's just hard to get out of this, but this really does no good. It really doesn't. If this guy were to turn around and see the 2 cups standing in his future, he'd be so much better off. So when you look at the past, see positive. When you look at the future, only entertain those thoughts which bring you joy, and the ones that bring you an inner feeling of ouch or ooh, no. Ask Source, take those away, fix those, whatever. Let's go to the positive. All right. Well, I thank you all so very, very much. You have a wonderful day. Manifest good things, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.